attention to reality, they get demonized. And I'm just one of these soldiers out here trying to bring attention back to reality.
Or what the hell she asked? I was waiting for her
She's
to
talking about the beauty
tie it in.
standard.
These black folks' minds are so warped. I understand why this particular person, the one in the blue, would say that, because she's trying to maximize her pool of potential suitors.
Me and my girlfriend are not friends. I don't like my girl at all.
That's another American fallacy. Like, oh, you gotta marry your best friend.
Right,
No,
exactly.
people say that.
Well, here's the thing. There's a term friend zone for a reason, right?
Yeah.
You ask any girl, well, do you want to marry? Oh, I want to marry my best friend. Really? Well, which one of your guy friends can you see yourself with? It's crickets. Why? Because they're in the friend zone. Yep. This doesn't mean I don't like my girl. No, I love and like my girl Devin very much. We get along great. We have almost nothing in common. Being compatible with someone doesn't mean having all of these things in common. Being compatible with someone means you just get along. Because I've dated girls who have similar interests and similar hobbies and similar personality, and we just didn't get along. That doesn't mean that I couldn't get along with her, but as long as you just get along with the other person, you are compatible. But as far as like us being friends, if she has something on her chest that she just needs to vent about, I tell her, call your girlfriends, right? I tell her, call your girlfriends. But if something needs to be solved, then she will talk to me about it. That's just kind of the way that goes. So many guys get caught in the friend zone because they buy into the ridiculous myth when women say, I want to marry my best friend. I want to marry my best friend. We have to be friends first before. No, you cannot protect a woman like you need to if you are her friend. This doesn't mean we don't get along. This doesn't mean we don't have a great time together, but we are not friends. We are in a relationship.
Different strokes for different folks, I guess. If it works for you, by all means. But to go out here and tell the homies that your girl being your friend is the wrong thing to do, I think that's crazy. He's conflating the friend zone with relationships. Women know who they want to put in the friend zone, regardless if they're friends or not. Friend zones doesn't mean that they're the best of friends. All friend zone mean is that this woman put you somewhere where she's not going to be romantically involved with you. Men in friend zones ain't all these girls' best of friends. They just ain't fucking them. And granted, you have relationships where the couple aren't the best of friends, but you have relationships where the couples are the best of friends. It has nothing to do with the friend zone. She's like, all right, I'm his best friend and I'm going to fuck him too. The perfect relationship. And your girl is not going to be your best friend the way your homies are going to be your best friend. I mean, the majority of them aren't. I'd imagine you have some couples out there that can talk about anything and everything, man. But for example, me and my girl are best of friends. We are friends for real. We talk about everything, which I'm not going to talk to her about everything I talk to my boys with. It's just different, right? There's different varying degrees of friendship. Just like she's not going to talk to me about a thing she talk to her girls with. It has nothing to do with friend zone and not. And for long-lasting relationships, you want your significant other to be your best friend. Because when the fucking looks fade and all the extra shit is going away, that friendship is going to make that companionship that much fucking stronger. But he did say you can get along and things of that nature, which is cool, which is fine. But to put this message out there saying that men should shy away from being the best of friends with their woman is crazy. That's terrible advice.
Men love women under far less conditions than women love men.
That sounds like the opposite of love to me.
Well,
if you love under far less conditions, that sounds like desperation.
If you take a majority of men versus a majority of women, a majority of men would like a majority of women. However, a majority of women definitely don't like a majority of men.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I think women love more. Because when they pick somebody, they're selective about it. They put more time and energy into it. Whereas for a guy, the woman is a lot more replaceable. That's why even Sneeko over here was like, oh, you might step out and another or whatever. And it's like, okay, well, how much do you actually love your woman? Are you willing to do something like that? Like,
that has nothing to do with how much you love the person.
It absolutely does.
Why?
Because it requires you to step out of your own selfish frame of
Bro,
reference.
why the hell do they still have Sneeko in these conversations, bro? He too much of a young buck to dive into these conversations, man.
How your partner feels about something. If you only prioritize the things that you want in life, that says something about how you view love of another person.
It's not really prioritizing, it's just doing what you want to do.
Yeah, that's called being selfish. It's usually what you do when you don't love somebody.
I mean, towards the end of their Destiny was speaking all facts, man. When men of certain statures can do what they want, they live selfishly. Even with that, Destiny's talking about the minority. But to me, this whole conversation is stupid as hell. Who loves harder, men or women? It depends. It depends. It's literally a case-by-case situation, man. Essentially what Myron was talking about is supply and demand. There's much more of a demand for women from men than there is for men from women. Women have all the options, men don't. So of course, women can be a lot more picky as far as who they want. Men are not as picky because they don't have the options unless you fall within the 1%, like Sneeko was talking about, or Sneeko and Destiny was talking about at the end, where these men tend to live more selfishly because they can. They have all the options, right? But we're talking about the minority in that case. So Destiny was right with what he was saying, but it's still the minority. The majority of couples live in the regular world where it's case by case. It's literally case by case. And you have other variables on top of that influence relationships, right? But yeah, typically women require more from a man than a man requires from a woman. But once those requirements are met, who loves harder can be a flip of the coin. Like if a woman's getting everything she needs fulfilled, she's not letting this man go. How many stories you've heard of crazy women jealous over some dude? And the opposite, men get just as crazy. So yeah, I disagree with that. The argument is just stupid to have.
Men aren't obsessed with women anymore, and it's weird. These men are more into themselves than they are women. They expect a woman to buy them flowers and chocolate. In their mind, they're the catch, and women should chase them. But that was...
What men is he talking about? I'm sure there are men that live that way. Like what? Like the city boys and shit? I don't fucking know. The majority of men out here expect the women to be the pursuer. And then I didn't even like the way he introed this shit. Men are not obsessed with women anymore. Men should never be obsessed with women, and vice versa. Women shouldn't be obsessed with men. Men should be obsessed with that purpose. That's what the fuck men should be obsessed with. We live in different worlds, fam. I don't see it. Maybe the men women want expect to be pursued, and that same ass stat, whatever you want to call it, top 10, 20% of men that all the women, they expect to be pursued because women pursue them. But come on, man, to sit here and say men expect to be pursued by women is damn ridiculous, bro.
Was never how it was intended to be. As men by nature, we are hunters. Women are the catch. We gotta put the work in. But these men are too
you put the work in, get on your purpose, and then the bitches come flocking.
absorbed, and they expect a woman to do everything.
Yeah, bro, get this shit out of here, man. This is some terrible advice for the men today. Look at the women in the comments. This is accurate. So true. I'd rather be single. I actually had a man tell me he wanted to be chased. I ran right out of his life. The only thing I could chase is and the train sometimes. There you go. It's scary how much it's true. Facts. I had a guy telling me on our first date he liked to be chased. I said, sweetie, the only one I'll chase is my dog. Y'all talking to the top 1%ers, or y'all not talking to the average man? If a man out here says he wants to be chased, this man thinks very highly of himself. And most men don't live in that space. It's the men out here doing all the fucking that expect to be chased. And rightfully so, they can be chased because women chase them. That just means women need to stop talking to the men that are being chased, right? Give Joe Dollar General a chance, man. Stop looking for fucking Odell Beckham. You think Odell Beckham out here, he got a girl and kid now. He probably still fucking though, but you know what I'm saying? Like the top 1%, you think they out here chasing hoes? Absolutely. You think Drake chases women? You think Chris Brown chases women? I know I'm talking about the top 1%, like the top 0.01%, but damn, that's what it is. You think these motherfuckers out here chasing women? No, they got lines of women just ready to goddamn pursue. That's where that shit come from. If a dude got options, he expect to be chased.